All right. Even though the service is an ecumenical service, we are also blending our church's tradition to it. Normally, I try as much as possible, uh, in spite of the fact that I try to make our service to be alive for people of all tradition, whether you are apostolic, healing, prophetic, evangelistic, missionary, tongue talking, um, miracle expectation, or whether you come from the different traditions of the church. I try to blend as much as possible of the best of Christianity into one for those coming from different backgrounds to get something out of it. But in all, we always have the Presbyterian and Reformed at the background of everything we do. Welcome to Mother's Day celebration. Welcome very, very much. This is Mother's Day service for 2017, and we are celebrating it on this wonderful Saturday evening. Thank you, all of you who are mothers, and whether you have children or not, you qualify to be a mom because as long as you're a woman and you carry out responsibility, the gift of caring and nurturing. Um, Yesterday, I told the story of someone that single handedly raised 13 um, of uh, nephews, cousins, and all of that, and their children, a lot of them. I also want to use this opportunity to congratulate every mother, whether you are Vivian or Roslyn. I also especially want to thank Lois for raising your sisters, your late sister's children. It's not easy to do that. I want to thank you. I want to thank those of you um, from Geneva in Las Vegas all the way to G in Pennsylvania to uh, Mama G in Chicago. Um, I want to really especially thank those of you who have triumphed over problems. Many of you are with your children today. Some of you are not. Your children are far away from you. Some remembered you and remembered the pain you took on their behalf. Others do not. In spite of it all, I want to thank you very much. Those of you from Anne in Norway, all the way to um, all the way to parts in Malaysia. So many of you have gone through the atrocities of pain and the triumphs of tasting the goodness of God. Tonight, I want us to confront a segment of what it means to be a mom, what it means to be a woman. My mom had 10 of us. Two went back to be with the Lord, Ibem and Sunday. Those were their names, I still remember. They went to be with the Lord. Um, and then later, Daddy went in 1985, leaving my mom with 8 of us. And then I'm the one that left home to go to college and to start a new history for the family. And many of you have my story. You are like my story. You left home, some of you early to get married and have children. Others stayed back home to raise children, to raise your siblings. So here we go tonight. I want us to start by listening to the reading from the Gospel, Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Hear the word of the living God.
Matthew 7, verse 6. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you into pieces.
Our help is in the name of the Lord, who has made the heavens and the earth. I ask the Almighty God to bless you mothers, to bless you mothers, to bless Dorothy. I mean, if your name is Dorothy, that's good that you are sharing. Please let me tell you this. When you read that passage, that verse very carefully, it sounds like Jesus is giving an admonition. We've entered into the service. Everything is just happening. It's like Jesus is telling, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. When you start from verse 1 of Matthew chapter 7, you'll see what he's saying. Take this speck out of your brother, out of your eye before you start demanding the one from your brother's side to be taken. All kind of stuff he started talking. Till we reach verse 6. Where it struck me was where he talked about pearls, margaritas. That's the meaning of pearls in Greek. Margaritas. And the Holy Spirit immediately took me outside the boundaries of theology. And this is what I heard. It takes a margarita to be a mother. It takes a pearl to be a mom. A real woman, a mother, a real mom falls under the category of what we call expensive woman, a quality lady. There are two things I've just said, Anne, as you write tonight. A real mom falls under the category of an expensive woman. Mind the way I'm choosing my words. An expensive woman and a quality lady. Make sure I look, because I'm walking with time. What are some of the things we see in the Bible that make a woman to be like a pearl? Expensive. I personally, even though pearl is on its own category, I personally Look at it from the way Jesus looked at jewelries in ancient times. All the most expensive stuff he brings us under pearl. A real mom falls under an expensive woman, a quality lady. Why? An expensive woman do not give the best of her life to dogs, to people who just came to visit, people who are looking just for fun, people who do not want responsibility. Why? Because at the foundation of an expensive woman are the following gifts, powers, forces. It's excitement for her children. Here, when I talk about motherhood, I'm talking about a woman in general who possesses this quality and has been found worthy of raising her own kids or the kids of her sisters or brothers, or raising spiritual kids. Because some of you have raised your own children, your family kids, kids from your family, and also spiritual children, sons and daughters. You are an expensive. Let me tell you why you are expensive. Is because that is the way heaven views you. There are things that only you can accomplish. And that's why you were sent here. That's why you are expensive. There are things that nobody else is going to accomplish. Suppose you were not born and your sister suddenly died, suddenly passed away, went back to hell or heaven, wherever. Suppose you were not there. Who will have played the part you played? They would have all ended up in foster homes. Many of you, while you were still young, you already become a little mama. You already taking care of your brothers and sisters who were born after you. Because daddy and mommy were busy in the bedroom making babies. And so many of you went to the farm early, started gardening early, went to school early, come back to take care of the little ones. Mommy went to her job, daddy went to her job, and you were taking care of your brothers and sisters. You think that that is a joke? Don't take those things as a joke. Those are very serious things that you've done. Many of you got married to a man who already had children. And you couldn't have your own. You brought them in as yours. And you raised them. You were not even a full-time housewife. You had a job. And when that man did not have any job, you were the one taking care. Paying school fees, feeding, roof over their head. Making sure that those little tummies were fuzzy and happy, full and happy, full of food. And then later, when they thought that you've done your job, they threw you out. They gave you a divorce. Do not take those things lightly. I do not. I do not take them lightly. Or every man who gave you children left you or left town, and you were left with children to take care of and to raise. Let me tell you why you are expensive. It's because of your pain. The pain name that you bore is your badge of honor. That's what makes you expensive. Your ability to say yes to taking up responsibility, to nurture, to caring, that's what makes you expensive. Please, somebody is moving around. You guys should know the rules. When you are doing other minor little things while the conference is going on, you praise mute. Thank you. You are expensive because you did not close your ears to the cry of your children. Many of you, you've seen in the newspaper and TV, you've seen where the mother had all these children and she left them there and went away to meet with her boyfriend and left those children to whoever. Yep. Let me tell you, are you aware that even grandmas are looking for boyfriends? Grandmothers. So the days are past when we used to have kids and ask our mothers to help. Like Dorothy was doing. See, sometimes when I mention them is because I'm giving example with real life people. So that people will not think that this is just a show. This is real life. Because what I'm shepherding real people. They don't mind. Some of the names I use are not their real names. I change those names to those things. To those names. Your daughter is traveling to Germany or to somewhere, to England. And they ask you to come and take care of children. They are kids, and you go and do that. But those days, when I say grandmothers, I'm talking about women in their 60s and 70s. I'm not talking about those in your 50s. 50s, you are still a young woman. 60s, you are just entering into the second phase of your life. So nowadays, ask the grandmothers to come and take care of those children. They will tell you, listen, I have taken care of you. You should take care of yours. I am going to find me a husband. I'm going to find me a boyfriend. I've raised you. I've nurtured you. I nursed you. You go and take care of your own. Because let me tell you what the young girls are doing, many of them. Not all of them. Remember what I said, not all of them before you start blaming me. Some of them and many of them. They give birth, they drop it to their mothers. If they don't do it forever and go back into the market of competition for men to enjoy life in clubs, what do? See, you are not supposed to have sex after giving birth for at least 6 weeks or so. The baby come, they send the baby to their mother, that's the grandmother, and they are already back to the game. If they don't do that, every weekend, their own mom become the nanny. You take care of their kids while they go to a club to have fun and bring you more children. Any mother who allowed that to be happening is not an expensive woman. You are letting your glory and your honor down. And God doesn't like it. Because if you cannot make your children to be responsible for their own kids, and you still want to play the mom and the grandmother at the same time, how much stress can you go? I mean, I know of grandparents who like that. Because they don't have anything to do in life, so they think they owe a duty to their children or to their grandchildren. And some of it is a guilt trip. Something might have happened in the past and they want to pay with it by doing all this. But that makes those girls not to be responsible children. They are not responsible at all. Let's go beyond children. How you as a woman have cared for your man, whether your boyfriend, because we have to just be real about this. Some people do not, some women don't want to be married. They just want to have friends. They just want to have a partner that they can work with, business partner, sex partner, eating partner, drinking partner, smoking partner, movie partner, all kind of drug partner, or somebody that they just want to live with and share life with and break the expensive, the bills 50-50. I mean, this is what people are doing. Let's not behave like this is just, this is new. They don't want to be bothered with marriage. Some of them, you ask them, they say, well, right now everything looks good. We are working together. When once we get married, I don't know where that comes from. Problem starts. And we can't get along anymore. It's because you put your signature on that paper. And now the forces of life will come to come and try your truthfulness to each other, your faithfulness, and all of. Because when both of you were not married, you can do whatever. But when you sign that paper, control comes in. So let me also tell you, your mothers, if you're a young woman, you have children, many of you are bringing your moms to her early grave by giving her too much responsibility and filling her with guilt trip so that she's not able to say no. The weekend that she should be doing something for herself, she's watching over children and has no life of her own. That's not fair. Because of this guilt trip, many mothers do not want to get married again. And also, there are mothers who in some cultures think that they are entitled to everything. And so they put all of their need on their children. And many of those children die before their time because of so much stress of responsibility for parents who themselves did not prepare for their future. So it's both ways you see the problem. But tonight we are dealing with what makes you expensive is your ability to sit down to reason, ability to sit down to calculate. That's what makes you expensive. Next, what makes you an expensive woman is that in spite of you being in a marriage, should not stop you pursuing your dreams, business establishment. If you try to start a convenience store, a gas station, a car wash, your own little business here and there that you know is bringing in money, and a man tried to stop you, tell that man to get out. I'm serious. Tell him that if he doesn't want that marriage, he should get out. Because at the end of your life as a woman, if you have not fulfilled your dreams and have proper foundation for yourself and for your children and your children, if there is no future for that family will become a second class or even a third class family in a first class world. Please write this down. Do not allow yourself and your family to become a third class country in a first class world. You were called to be expensive. And expensiveness means being bold. Inasmuch as you are generous, you are to obey your husband. Please, I want to tell you tonight, most of the people who bankroll, who underwrite who underwrote those who supported the ministry of Jesus so that he had money to pay his disciples were women. Some of them were married women, many. Some were single. So marriage is no excuse for why you did not become an expensive woman. An expensive woman is a woman who has a dream and is in that dream, pursuing that dream, doing that dream. An expensive woman do not sit back to be crying over the pieces of battered and pieces of marriage that is over with. Many of you are still holding on to pieces of marriages that is over with and crying over it. That shows that you are not an expensive woman. Because if you were a queen of a country and you are to make decisions concerning your nation, do you think you'll be making that decision with stress and depressions and oppressions over people who do not want you to succeed or move forward in life? Tell me about it. Life is going to call you to make major decisions. An expensive woman is a woman who understands and is implementing what she was called to do or designed to do on the earth. That she was born to make radical decisions that will change the face of history. An expensive woman, and write that down. She knows her place and is in her place to make radical decisions that will change the face of human history. Inasmuch as you are to respect and honor your husband, you should be able to know that an expensive woman, if you know the area that you are better than him, pursue it. Let him pursue the area that he is great, and you the area that you are great. There's no competition here. There's only success here. That's what we are talking about. And not a man who cannot read and write come to read for you. Are you serious? A man who cannot read and write because he thinks he's entitled to being a husband is coming to read a book for you when he cannot read it. He's coming to make decisions, financial decisions, when he doesn't know anything about municipal bond or the stock market or real estate or how to start a business. And he's coming to make decisions for you. Are you serious? Or decisions for your children? Whereas you are the one who should be making that decision. An expensive woman is a go-getter. She moved ahead in spite of all odds. I'm going to come to that. But let me say this very quickly. And then we will stop for tonight. Because I'm going to spend time to keep expanding on this. You are very choicy. You are choicy. You are a boss. Except that is where you are financially. You do not wear a $3 perfume, $1 perfume, and drive a $10 car. Because you have money. Be quality. Be expensive. Be luxurious. That's the word. Live in luxury. I'm being serious here. There are churches that will tell women not to wear gold or diamond or pearls or all kind of gemstones or dress well. I don't care whether my woman wears a mini skirt. I don't care. I want her to look sexy for me. And there are men who don't want their wife to look sexy. And yet, they are sleeping with all the secretaries, with all the women out there. And when they come here, they cover you with clothes so that nobody will see your face and say, hello, you are beautiful. You need the best. An expensive woman, live in the best, have the best, eat the best, pursue the best. That's why you are a mother. I'm saying this because I'm tired of a lot of moms who have been relegated to trash. Their husband, their families, their children, they've made a lot of you women into what you are not supposed to be. Many of you women have suffered mental breakdown because of marriage, because of in-laws, because of children, because of your struggle to raise kids. You broke down. There is just so much that you can do before breaking down sets in. I've told God that if my ministry is for women and to men, then women come on in, so that I can raise you up and be proud that I've raised champions. After all, go through the history of great people, politicians, pastors, bishops, great people, rulers and leaders of the earth, shakers of nations. And you will see that many a times they are who they are because of a woman, an expensive woman, who understands the rule of law, the constitution of the universe and of the heavenlies. If Pilate listened, he would have done the right thing. The wife warned him. You mothers have been the deliverer of nations. Without you, we will not exist. Therefore, today we want to say thank you to you all for bringing us into the world. And not only that, thank you for nursing us. We are what we are from the richness of your milk in our little tummies. We learn our languages through you. Our spirit was covered with flesh inside your wombs. Your very body became our body. Our bodies. So it's more than us men trying to fight equality. It's not about that the women did more than the men did. It's about being expensive. An expensive woman is a woman who bore pain, knowing that pleasure is coming. And that's what you guys did. You bore our pain so as to bring us here, for us to fulfill our destinies. Thank you. An expensive woman will say no. When everybody told you that you cannot have children, you say, watch me. Hannah did it. When everybody says that because you are a widow, you should never marry anymore. Because that's what some churches teaches. And in some cultures, if your husband dies, you can't marry anymore. You live for your children. Which is absolutely nonsensical. Because it brings so much burden to your family members. You have so much love to give. Why must it just be that that love was created by God just for one man, and that man died young? And then you decided to live all the days from when you were in your 30s or 40s till you became 120 years. You couldn't share that love with somebody else. Are you serious? And you just live indoors to fulfill all religious righteousness. That's a shame. Because if it was so, why did Bathsheba remarry? She married David. Why did Abigail remarry? She married David. Why did Abraham remarry when Sarah died? And Hagar was sent away with Ishmael. He married Keturah and had 6 more children. Why did Ruth remarry? She married Boaz. And why did Hannah refuse to give up? She prayed until and said to God, I'm not going to agree with the universe. The universe is trying to, witches are trying to stop me from having children. You must give me children. Rachel said the same thing to Jacob. You must give me children. And both of them had children. Hannah had, Rachel had. They were not supposed to. According to what the medical doctor said, they had hybrid in their womb, or they had this, or they had that. But they had children. Sometimes I wonder, how do you women, how do you even, I mean, where did this greatness come from to do what you do successfully? And still have time for God? How? There's nothing good like drinking from Idika Imeri mugs. We have black with a green, the inside is green of this. Then we have purple, and then we have white. So you need to get one and drink from that. It's really feel very, even if that thing didn't taste good, you drink from my mugs. Oh boy, it tastes really good. Yeah. Now let's go. An expensive woman takes time to raise her kids, takes time to choose what she wants in life. Choose her man. Choose her perfume, her purse. Why? She's pearl. Yeah. Nobody should just, you are not a swinging door of people coming in and out. The children are watching. People are watching. An expensive woman doesn't do that. Please begin to watch your clothes. Make sure it's very beautiful. It's nice. I know of many of you try to bring the best into your families and your husband doesn't want it. He wants to live in the days of Noah or Adam and Eve. I know of some people who were coming to America, and I said to them, you better be ready with your pants, that's your trousers, during winter. Oh no! Women don't wear pants, women don't wear trousers, no way! It's only for men. When they came here and the cold hit them, they ran for oh God, have mercy. I am asking you tonight to consider a plea from God, from Jesus. Get a job for the mere fact that you are called to dignity and honor, to represent heaven on earth. Do you know that heaven is an expensive place? There's no place as costly as heaven. There's none. Do where you are. When people see you, let it reflect where you are. All of you saw the kind of outfits I used to wear, church and outside church, because that's where I was financially. That's where I was in my thinking. You see, as you grow in your thinking, as you exceed in the generosity of God towards you, in the greatness of your championship, of the blessing of God on your handwork, then have the best within that level. As you go to the next level, you let go what you don't need that belong to the last level. Be an expensive woman. And remember that the foundation of it is not rooted in being oversensitive. hypersensitive, bossy. It is the foundation of a real mother who belongs to the category of an expensive woman is in her caring and nurture, is in her responsibilities and duties, is in her desire and work to build a nest. A lot of men don't care where they sleep. An expensive woman spend time to build her nest. See, an expensive woman is like a costly bird. You get the best out there to build a nest in here. I am looking. Jesus is looking. The Holy Ghost is looking. The world is crying out for nest builders. And only someone with a mother's spirit, the spirit of a mom. Not necessarily that you have your own children. There are people who will not. There are reasons for that. If you want me to do a broadcast on that, I will. Why some people will not have children. It doesn't have anything to do with the kingdom of God. Sometimes it does. Because there are some people who should be resource people on the earth. Every other thing fell, and people have to rely on those people. I want you to be very proud of yourself, that you have done the job of a woman, of a mother, and that you are stepping into it for new mothers, and that you are training other women to become moms, spiritual moms, spiritual mommies, mothers of real children, business, politics, ministries, jobs. That's your job. Because you will continue to be a guide to bring about other women, other moms, till the day God calls you home or Jesus return before that time. I asked him, who has made you a pearl? The Lord Most High, the maker of the heavens and the earth, to bless every mother and every woman who qualify as a mom, and the moms in making, and all of us men who stand by you to dance and rejoice for who you are. Let me share this with you. I hear your voice. I see your face. I see what you've passed through to be who you are today. I can smell your perfume from far away. I know you are there for us men. You are the lighthouse that we, your children, in the boat or in the ship, that calls us, this is the right direction to go. And we promise you that we will follow you, oh woman. I know that a lot of men have abused you and molested you, raped your mind and wounded you, and stuck knives and sword inside your soul, your mind. And your body, you receive blows, physical blows. Let the comfort of us, your children, inspire you to know that all the children did not turn out to be rascals. That they are those of us who have returned back home to say we love you. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. And I want everybody on the line and wherever you are, to especially the women and the men, please wish each other a happy Mother's Day before we leave. Happy Mother's Day to you all, wherever you are in the world. Please unmute your phone and shout Happy Mother's Day.
God bless you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Oh, don't be mad. Have a big kiss.
All right.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah, okay. Is that Sandra?
Yes.
Sandra, let's try and talk tonight. Let's try and find some time to talk. I need to relay some things to you. People of God, I want to ask you, if you are a son or a daughter, please take your mothers out tomorrow to do things with them. And if you're a mother and you have mothers, please take them also out with you. Visit them in their nursing homes or wherever they are. Send them cards, send them greetings. You don't need to do a whole lot, except you want to. Yeah, send them good wishes. Let them know from the bottom of your heart that you appreciate them and you love them and you care about them. And for those of you whose moms are already in heaven, I want you to know that they are watching over you and speaking good things about you. The best way to talk to your parent is to look up into the sky and say, Jesus, I want to talk to my mother, and then just start talking. And they are listening immediately to just like that. I will spend time to talk to you. I will spend time to do a broadcast on how to talk to your parents who are in heaven. How to talk to them. You don't pray to them, you talk to them. Just like we don't pray to angels, we talk to them. I'll teach you how to. Except your parents are in hell, then you don't talk to them. You let them alone. You do not. So tomorrow should be a very joyful day. There is a reason for us to celebrate. We have mothers. And for all of you, my partners who are women, you are all my mom. I am like a son, like a child to you all. However you want my life and the ministry to go, God has put it in the hand of you. So He left for you to mold, to shape me, to provide, so that I become what you want me to be. That's what a mother does. So once again, I want to thank you and to tell you we also care about you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Finish. Let me finish this.